So here's a funny scene. They've got two or three men in front with knives to their throat, and they, like, give us Ethelfled. We want Ethelfled. Give us Ethelfled. And Uhtred's inside. They hear it. We're like, okay, you need to go to the main nun, right? The abbess, right?
Yeah.
Like, you need to go out there and just tell them she's not here, because they can't know that we're here. Like,
because
so
then
you
they'll
need to
know.
go. Right. They don't know. They think Ethelfled's here, and so this nun doesn't want to do it, but they pretty much force her to go out there.
Well, she ends up like taking charge though.
She does.
Because Ethelfled's like her servant, the one who gave like Bianca the note. She's like, I'll go out, and she's like, no, I should go. This is my house. Like, I should do it. Like she does. She bravens up to go out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out there, man. I wouldn't be going out there. Let's have a shield wall with me.
Yeah. So she goes, and they go out. And by the way, Heston's been yelling Ethelfled a bunch, saying we want Ethelfled. He's been very clear. He's been very concise with his words. There's been no misconstruing it for an Ethelred or an Ethelwald, which is very easy to do.
It's easy to do.
But you can tell he's saying Ethelfled. And so she goes out there and she's like, what do you want? And he just takes a second. He like looks at his men. Like, is she serious? He's like, Ethelfled, 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 Ethelfled. How many times do I have to say it? It's hilarious.
It is. So, and then she continues. She's like, because they had like killed another hostage. Then they had one more left,
and she's freaking out. She's like, "There's no Ethelfled here."
Yeah. They're like, "I don't believe you" or something, and so they kill the last hostage.
And then she asks again.
She's like, "What do you got?" She's like, goes on, "What do you want?"
And he's just like, Dagfinn.
And Dagfinn goes, Ethelfled.
It's hilarious.
Just turns to him and he's Ethelfled. Because he's not saying it anymore.
He said it a million times. And
we do not do it. You have to watch it. You
got to watch
really
it. It's hilarious. And then
classic
it's not over.
Viking.
The scene's not even over yet.
Oh, yeah,
it's not even done. Because she's like, she's going to sell this thing. She is determined to sell this thing. She's like, I'm going to grab an axe and maybe then they'll believe. She barely is able to pick up this axe that's like in a log. And just instinctively, Dagfinn just takes a spear, javelin toss, perfect, and just right through the chest. And
as soon as she picks it up, he instantly gets her. Just instantly down.
She's 30 yards away. He does it as if she's like about to pull the trigger or something like. And Heston goes to him and sighs, "Could you have not just have taken the axe from her?" Cracked us up.
Is Dagfinn too? I thought Dagfinn used to be part of Uhtred's crew. I thought it was him and Citric that went into Kjartan's.
No, I think I don't think so.
Or no, I'm thinking not Kjartan. Sorry, when Citric went and infiltrated Bjornfjord with Siegfried and Eric, I thought he took another Dane, because that other Dane like came back to Uhtred's with the news, and that's where Klappa knocked over Finnan because I saw this guy coming.
I don't think that was Dagfinn, was it?
I don't know. I thought it looked like him. I don't know.
Well, that's why all the Danes look alike. So I mean,
Scandinavians, But that was a great Dane scene. Like, it mixes the humor and the violence, and we just didn't get enough of that this season. You know what I mean?
It was a little less this season, but that was a good one. That was a really good one. Yeah. So then they're just like, we gotta attack this nunnery. Gotta go in.
Well, as soon as they open the doors, because they're not expecting Uhtred and gang to be there, as soon as they open the doors, they're met by a bunch of spears and arrows, and they're just thinking nuns are in here and Ethelfled.
Yeah, and Uhtred and the boys are there. So
and they just start wrecking, and they're like, "Run away! Run away!
Run away!" And so then later, they go out and they're going to wait this out. They're like, "We're not leaving without Ethelfled." And they do like a really cool shield, dome for Uhtred.
Yeah,
and they open it a little bit for Uhtred's head so he can see Uhtred. I love it.
Yeah, and they show
So-
Skade, and they're like, "We'll trade you Skade for Ethelfled. You can take Skade back and
Yep.
let us go." So then Skade's like,
Which
I
is a
don't
fair
like
trade.
"Yeah, fair trade, fair trade." Danes think she's hot, so they want her, and so they're like, "All right, fine." And then Skade on her way out, she's like, "I'm going to curse you again, then Uhtred. Bad things are gonna happen to you again because of this." And he's like, "Oh, fine." And so she leaves then with them, and they're able to go. And then this ends, as you already described, with Aethelwald then actually acting on that fear that Ragnar might kill him.
Yes.
And actually, when Ragnar was going into do the horizontal tango with his side chick, he did give a sideways look at Aethelwald on the way there, like,
oh yeah, he's been mad at Aethelwald.
and and like you said, Canute told him, like, you have to do it tonight. He's like, tomorrow Ragnar is going to be a new man. Like, we're going to be marching into battle. He's going to be a different man at this point. Like, he's going to want to clean house. Like, you've got to do it now. So, like you said,
Canute's
he goes
a
in
bad dude, man.
He is.
So-
That's his cousin. That's his
Yeah.
cousin.
So Ethelwald pretends to get drunk. Or maybe he probably does drink a little bit to get
Yeah. But
over
he's-
the
he's-
nerves for what he's about to do.
Yeah.
But he goes
makes
a little
it clear.
stealth mode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
he
he
like
tell-
everyone. He's like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to kill our leader right now. There will be no mutiny tonight.
No murder or mutiny.
I'm just going to Dreamland. I don't know why you'd think that I would go kill anybody tonight. And then he goes stealth mode, and when he starts stepping into the tent, this tension music, this droning music starts playing in the show, and you just know something is about to happen. Now, we talked about this with Harry before, about how there's a moment in season 1 where Ethelwald was going to kill Alfred, and he took the knife out, and something in Ethelwald made him put it back in. And Harry's response to that when we talked to him was that Ethelwald, taking on a king role in Wessex is is it as good as it sounds, pretty much?
Mm.
It's
If you have to fight Danes,
especially at the time of that event, you know what I mean?
especially
So-
during his current circumstances there, yeah.
Right. But now, Ethelwald's different now. And we're not sure yet, though. We're not sure. Is he actually going to go through with this? Because we've seen him not go through with it before.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think he had thoughts in his head of not doing it. Because it seemed like he's in there, he's got a knife. Whoops. He's got a knife, and the girl starts waking up because he's standing there scared for a second. And as soon as she starts waking up, he's like, "Oh crap, I better," it's like a panicked, almost I gotta do it. And so, yeah,
And then he turns it then on Ragnar, like you said, stabs him a bunch, takes the sword. He makes the scene.
Ragnar's
like you said,
awake. Yeah, because he stabbed him in the neck first, and he just and Harry McIntyre just killing it in this scene. He is he's not doing this like a warrior. He's freaking out. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
And Ragnar knows he's dead, and he reaches toward the sword. Ethelwald snags it.
Exit.
Like we talked
And then
about before.
you were saying you thought he did this because he didn't want Ragnar defending himself, is what I think you thought it was.
Well,
right?
I said that at first. I was like, was that why? But then I realized I forgot that he actually used a sword to try to make it look like the girl did it.
Yeah. So the first time I saw it, though, my first thought was like he intentionally did that so he can get the Valhalla. You saw him.
But
reaching
here's the
for it.
thing: I think Ethelwald knows all that stuff. I don't think he's oblivious to that fact.
No, I don't think he's oblivious to it. But I do think the reason he did it, though, was not to spite him from Valhalla, but it was to, either protect himself or, like you said, he was just trying to make sure he had all the tools to stage the murder here.
Yeah,
Stage the crime scene.
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, so that was just a terrible end to the episode. Like you said, we lose another character man, like this is like I was saying before. This is one of the reasons when I was first saw this season why I would have ranked it my least favorite, because now here we go. We're losing another iconic character. One of my favorite characters too.
Yeah.
We lost Gisela. Now we're losing Ragnar, and so it was really tough. But now that I have seen it and I've been through it, this murder actually helps bring on another great character moment between Uhtred and Brita actually later on. And so, I mean, it does kind of earn its place then because of that. And I think Harry did tell us too that in the books Ragnar dies, but it's off screen.
Yeah.
You don't see what happens. They just kind of mention in passing that, he got old and fat and died somehow. And so, I mean, this way he is like a part of the story then.
Yeah.
And I still wish he didn't die though. Obviously, I get in the books he died, so they might as well come off here and they might as well give him a good, reason to die off as far as story goes. But I was pretty
He's an awesome character
because he just got revenge on Kjartan. He just got done home.
And I think a good amount of time went by after that. We know there was 3 years, and but still, it was like
him and Uhtred hadn't resolved their.
That's what got me, is they hadn't resolved their thing.
I wouldn't have minded him dying in battle when like him and Uhtred were on good terms or something. You know what I mean? I still would have been sad, obviously.
Right.
But this way, him getting murdered, it is, like I said, it's kind of conflicting me how I feel about it. We do get some great scenes because of it, and it really puts on a pivotal point of another mission Uhtred has to do for the rest then, and a great finale to the show because of it.
Good shows have to have parts like that, They got to have parts that you don't like, unfortunately. Yeah. So what was your bro moment from this episode?
Best bro moment was when Uhtred was fighting during, the beginning of the fight with Bloodhair. And during the fight, it becomes okay that they all treat Uhtred unfavorably. The crowd is like pushing him when he comes next to them. At one point, I think he stumbles and they like take his sword away before he can grab it. And so this one guy's holding his sword then in the crowd, and Finan sees this, and he's not having it. He's not going to just sit there and let this happen. He instantly goes over to the dude, headbutts him, gets the sword, gives it back to Uhtred during the fight, who Uhtred, too, was like fighting with 2 shields at this point and just being real sweet. And he gets it back to Uhtred. And then he starts like acting like his coach in the corner of a fight in the ring, you know what I mean? He's like, go for his legs, Uhtred, go for his shoulder, and just a great bro right there during the whole time he's during the fight. It was a great moment. That's got
to be mine too. I think that's like the only one from this one. There's not a lot of bro moments overall in this one.
No, not a lot of bro.
So that's got to be mine too.
You have a best moment, your favorite moment?
I think I love the scene. I love the scene with Heston and Ethelfled, and then when Uhtred arrived on the rafters and stuff, like the whole the whole sequence there was awesome. It was great.
I'm gonna have to say the same thing as Heston when he's like, Ethelfled, Ethelfled, Ethelfled. Just like, and then Uhtred up in the rafters, just like some classic Uhtred humor, like when he was doing the bones with Hild with the skeleton face, you know what I mean? Like, it's just an Uhtred, a weird kooky thing that like a pious person wouldn't do, but Uhtred would do.
Uhtred would do. Absolutely.